Dear students, welcome back. I am your SST teacher, Maya Gurani. So students, as you know, we are discussing the fourth chapter of history. The name of the chapter is Tribal Dekus and the Vision of a Golden Age. So students, in the first lecture, we have already discussed about the Dekus or the tribal people. Who are these Dekus? These Dekus were considered as a outsider. And who are these outsider? The tribal people, they considered the company as a outsider because they have came with so many policies or the changes that affect the lifestyle of the tribal people. And also we have discussed about the tribal, about their lifestyle, how they used to live in the forest. So in this we have discussed the lifestyle of the tribal people, where some of the tribes, they opt for Jumin cultivation, where they used to cultivate the land. First they used to cultivate one land, then they shift to another land. In this they give time. They used to give the time to the land to regain the fertility of the soil. And also we have discussed about the hunters or the gatherers. Some of the tribal people, they were hunters or gatherers. So what they do? They on whole day they used to kill or they used to hunt the animal, and in the evening they used to distribute the meat among themselves. And also we have discussed about the gatherers. They used to gather the valuable products from the forest and they used to sell them into the market. By this, some of the time they in exchange they get the grain, or some of the time in by giving, when they sell the product, they take the cash in return. And also we have discussed about the herded animals, where some of the tribes, they opt for just herding the animals. What is the meaning of the herding? See, they used to move from one region to another region when they get to know that the season is about to change. See, in the northern place, if they feel that the grass is about to finish, means that it is time to for the rain and all, so they used to move to the southern places. And when they feel that now it is changed of their places, so they move to the northern places. In this way, they used to make the timetable, means they used to make a strategy, so that see how much time they are taking to go one place to another. And they also make friendship with the local farmers, so that they should welcome them when they will reach to their place. And also see, some of the tribes, they opt for settling. We have not discussed this in that video, so I will tell you right now that what is the settling here. See, some of the tribes, as they fed up by, see, first they did the Jumin cultivation by shifting their land from one place to another. Then they did that gathering the products, hunting the animals, okay. Then they started herding the animals. So all the some of the tribes, they opt for settling because they did not like all this, because they got fat all these things. So they started settling in one place. They started cultivating the land year by year in the same place, and it was first initiated by the Mundas. They started cultivating the land in the same place where they did the agriculture and all these things to complete the requirement of their people. And also some of the people, they emerged as a chief, means these people, they did not like to do any of the work, so they order the people to do the agriculture, and they used to take the benefit of that. And some of the tribes like Gonds or Santhals, these are the two tribes that is known as that the Britishers they considered these tribes as a civilized, because see, these tribes as they used to live in one place, and the other tribes who used to move from one place to another, it is very difficult for the Britishers to take the rent or to take the tax from these people. So the people who started living in one place, the Britishers they liked that, and they asked the people to be civilized, to be in a one place, and also they considered the people who are living in the forest or just moving from one place to another, they considered them as a wild. And the Mundas group, the Mundas tribe, they started settling in one place, and they did the agriculture in same place. But some of the people, some of the tribal people, some of the member of these groups, they did not like to do any of the work, so they become the chief of the tribal groups, and also we can say they emerged as the chief of the tribal groups. So two tribal groups are there, that the Santhals or the Gonds. These groups were emerged as a civilized tribe. According to the Britishers, these tribes are more civilized because as they live in one place and they are doing all the activities in the same place, and it is easy for the Britishers to take the rent or the tax from these people, as it is difficult for the Britishers to take the rent or the tax from the people who are living in a forest or who are moving from one place to another for their human cultivation, and for the people and the tribes who are hunting the animal, and the gatherers and these herded people, so it is very difficult for them. So the people who emerged as a chief, and after the colonial rule, what had happened, as the Britishers they started imposing their law and order on these tribal people, as they said them that to be civilized, as they considered the people who are living in a forest or who are moving here and there, they considered them as a wild people, and they considered the people who are living in a one place that they are civilized, and they told the people that they should wear that western dress so that they would look more civilized. So here we will discuss that how did colonial rule affect the tribal lives. The students, how did colonial rule affect the tribal lives? Where we will discuss about what happened to the tribal chiefs. Who are these chiefs? As I have told you, that the chiefs were the member of the family who did not like to do any of the work in a tribe family. So what they did, they started gaining the power and become the chief of the tribal groups. And before the Britishers, these tribal chiefs, they had as they were known as the important people. It is because they had the economic power and administer and control their territories. They had all this power, and also they had their own police and land rules and forest management, as they have their own rule of the land cultivation, that who are the people who will cultivate and which crop will be cultivated. So all rules and regulations are issued by the chief only, and the people they have to follow it, and the tribal chiefs they have to manage all these things that they are the in charge of. But what happened under the British rule? See, the power and the functions changed. As the power, all the powers that these chiefs had, it changed. It is because, see, as Britishers they came with their law and order. So now the Britishers they gave the right of being the chief of the land, but now they have to pay the rent, the land they are the chief of. And what happened under the British rule? Now these chief, they lost their administrative power, and also they have to follow the rules and laws issued by the Britishers, and also they have to pay the tribute to the Britishers, and they have to follow and they have to be the discipline according to the Britishers. All these things. Now Britishers, why they are facing, why they suffered, why they were affected, it is because as they have to pay the tribute according to the Britishers, means the tribute they will ask, you have to give them, and you have to pay the rent, means that is fixed by the Britishers. So they lost the authority they had the earlier. What is the conclusion of this topic? That they had lost the authority they had earlier, the authority of administering their land, control their territories, as they had their own police and they had their own rules, okay, and unable to fulfill their traditional functions. As the traditional functions means, as they had their traditional festivals and all, they are cultivating their land according to their need. So all was changed. So students, just we have discussed about the colonial rule. Under the colonial rule, how the tribal chiefs were affected. Now we will discuss that what happened to the shifting cultivation or the cultivators. So students, Britishers, as they were feeling uncomfortable with the groups, with the some of the community, some of the tribes who are busy in the shifting cultivation, as these people used to move from one land to another for cultivation of their crop. So it is very tough for the Britishers to locate them, okay, and it is also difficult to fix the revenue to the tribe, because as they are not fixed in one place, so what they wanted them to settle down, okay, so that these Britishers can fix their revenue, or they will get the tax from the people, these community people, as they want them to become a cultivators or the peasants. See, the main motive of the Britishers were not to civilize the community people or the tribe people, but their main motive was to gain more and more profit from these people. See, if they will civilize and if they will be settled down, so it will be easy or it will be beneficial for the Britishers to get the revenue from the land. Okay, so as these Britishers, they want these community people to be a peasants or the cultivator, so it will easy to control them and to administrate them, and by this they will get a regular revenue, and it will be a source of regular revenue. So as what they did then, they introduced a land settlement. Now what is their land settlement? What they did, they measured the land and they defined the right. They asked the people that this is your land, you have to cultivate the crop in this land and you have to pay the revenue to the Britishers, and by this they have fixed the revenue to the people. So as these peasants, some of the peasants, they become the landowners by this, the land settlement. Some of the people, these Britishers, they made some of the people to the landowners, but some of the people, they become the tenants. The tenants means, see, that what the work of the tenants? See, the tenants, they have to pay the revenue to the landowners, and then later on, the landowner will be a person who will pay revenue to the state or the Britishers. So what is the conclusion of all this? As the colonial rule or the Britishers, they want to change the lifestyle of these community people, and they want them to settle down in a place. So what happened? See, as it was an unsuccessful effort or the attempt, it is because, see, for the people, as they used to move from one land to another, so they are giving time to the land to regain the fertility. Okay, but if they will do the continuous, if they continuous, they will do the agriculture on the same land. So what will happen, as there is the scarcity of the water, and the water, then the soil also become the dry. When there will not be water, so what will happen, the soil will become the dry, no? So there will not be any of the crop. So the people, as they got furious, the attempt, the step or the policies taken by the colonial rule or the Britishers, so they started agitating or the revolt. So as the Britishers, the company people, they got to know that this step was not good. So they took their words and they agreed on this point that they can do their shifting cultivation according to them, but they have to pay the revenue to the company. So students, let's discuss the forest laws and their impact over the tribal community. As we know, these tribal community, their soul were totally dependent on the forest, as they love the forest and they are dependent on the forest. But the law brought by these Britishers totally affected the lifestyle of these tribal community. And also when the Britishers, they were expanding their rule over the forest, so they declared that these forests are their state property, and also they declared these forests as a reserve forest for the cultivation of the timber only. It is because the timber, they were in need of the timber, and also they did not allow the Jhum cultivators to move freely in the forest. They cannot practice the Jhum cultivation there. They cannot collect the fruits from there. They cannot hunt the animals from there. So in this way, it affected the life of the Jhum cultivators, and for the surviving of their life, now they have to move to the other place and to do the other jobs. And if we talk about the point of the Britishers, see, as they stopped all this movement, all these activities on land, so they faced a problem. What are the problems that they were faced? That first, as these forest department, as they stopped the Jhum cultivators there, so they were not getting the labor for cutting the trees for railway sleepers to transport the logs. So they came up with a solution that now the Britishers, they will give us small patches of the land to the cultivators with a condition. What was that condition? That if they will give a patch of land to the Jhum cultivators, so in return they have to give the labor to the forest department and also look after the forest. So in this way, the many reasons were occupied, means filled by these forest department with the cheap laborers. So many tribal groups, they were against it. They were against the law which was introduced by these Britishers, and they also disobeyed the new rules that was introduced by these Britishers, and also they followed the same rule which was declared by these Britishers illegal. And this led to a conflict between these two, and the tribal people, now they came openly to revolt with the Britishers. Okay, so there were two revolts, that's Songram Sangama and the Forest Satyagrah. The Songram Sangama, it was the revolt, it was in 1906 in Assam, and the Forest Satyagrah, it was in 1930s in central provinces.